A very big move could be on the horizon for LendingClub. First off, read this disclaimer carefully. Remember, of course, to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I have created a theme under the megatrends that I call sharing and renting. You can see that as far as the average performance goes, it is massively outperforming the S&P 500 big time. Very powerful theme. And you see that there's a mix of stocks here. You have, of course, these innovative taxi companies with an app, basically. But the theme here is sharing and renting. And LendingClub here is in what we can call P2P lending. It is actually the worst performing as far as both the 52-week highs and the 52-week low goes. That also makes it, a bit interesting. Here is the company's website. So how it applies. Apply in a minute, get the customized loan options based on what you tell us. Choose a loan offer, select the rate, term, and payment options you like best. Get funded. If we find your investor match, your loan could be sent straight to your bank account, or you could even pay your creditors directly through LendingClub. So bringing borrowers and investors together for the last 12 years. So this is a very innovative way to change the very concept of lending money. So you have the borrowers and you have the investors. And normal, regular people can get involved here as investors. That's the key difference. Because lending has been the domain for institutions for quite some time, and that is changing. Okay, so let's first look at the seasonality. You can see here that November, which is the month on the horizon, it is literally the strongest month for LendingClub. So when it comes to the seasonality, you could make a case here for LendingClub. The problem is that we do not have that many years of data. Obviously, we will not get more years than the stock has been public. But as far as outperforming the S&P 500, November is the month. But the 2 months next to it are they are bad for LendingClub, so that's a problem. Let's now look at the charts. Because the more data we analyze, the more of a holistic conclusion we can make towards the end of the video. So watch this to the end to get the real deal. Okay, so here you can see LendingClub LC is the ticker. You can see that it has been in a massive downtrend. The loss is just absolutely spectacular. Very bearish, but there's a but. You could make the case. The optimistic case here is that we are forming a long-term rounding bottom. So the rounding bottom, it is basically shaped like this. It goes like that, and then it goes like this. Of course, where there's like the ultimate standoff between the bulls and the bears, and then the bulls get more leverage. In order for that to happen, then there need, of course, to be some very good prospects for investors. If you look now at the change, here you can see lower highs and lower lows. So this is just categorically bearish. But something is changing. Okay, let's just remove this drawing tool. You can see here that this is different than this. There seems to be some, a floor is forming here. A key moving average to watch, of course, is the purple 20-week moving average and the 50-week moving average, and the 50-week is pretty far away. But we are seeing here the bulls fight a bit. There is some fight here. Maybe this is the rounding bottom standoff. It is, of course, very early to make that call, but that is something to keep our eye on. So technically speaking, there is something changing here. As far as the oversold level goes, you can see here that oversold RSI, it has kind of worked in the past. And we were oversold back here. Here and here it worked temporarily, leading to a bounce. Here is where it really worked and you got a significant move. Looking at the correlation with the S&P 500, you do have a minus 60% correlation. So basically they are negatively correlated, which is very interesting as far as building a market neutral portfolio goes. Let's go to the daily data points. So here you can see this balance between the bulls and the bears in more detail. There is something happening here. There seems to be a bit of a floor here. You could say that this is a double bottom. We are fighting here the blue 100-day moving average. We are still below it, so maybe you would want to wait a bit until we break above it to sort of like make it such that the bulls make it very clear that they are serious. Because I mean they are guilty until proven innocent here, because they have failed many times. The accumulation distribution is not showing a significant uptick here in buyers yet. So overall, the technical picture is mixed, but there's some light here, potential light at the end of the tunnel. But that will only happen if there are more buyers than sellers. Hence, if everyone is a pessimist and no one wants to buy LendingClub, then obviously it's not going to go up. That's how the market works. It is way more based on psychology and sentiment than people think. Here you can see Finviz, they have drawn this consolidation pattern as well. Very interesting. If you look here, options are available and it is also shortable, but I think at these levels it doesn't make sense to short it until we see like a solid breakdown below this floor that we have been forming. And this is also a stock that is dangerous to short, given that it can move big time at these levels. You know, it is very suppressed. Very bad performance, of course. Bears have been in charge. But when we look here at the analysts, so there are quite a few analysts covering this stock. So the average analyst price target is $6.88, which is 40% above the current level. That is, you know, a point to the bulls. When we go to Saks.com, LendingClub here have a number 3 hold, but a B value score, B growth, and D momentum. The industry rank is bad, bottom 30%. There's no dividend. The company is still small, market cap $368 million US. So basically, to sum up my take here on LendingClub, I do think that this theme is very interesting, what we call sharing and renting. So I am bullish on the theme long term, but whenever it comes to anything, you want, you know, to buy low and sell high. Numerous of these other stocks, they are really elevated, so there is that risk to some of these for sure. LendingClub is interesting. It is very suppressed price-wise. Technicals are looking interesting. There is something happening here that could become very bullish if it starts to develop a bit further. Rounding bottoms are some of my favorite technical patterns. The fundamentals, they are bullish, so that's also good. Seasonality was also good here for November. So I think that when you put all the evidence together, I think it's easier to make a bullish case for LendingClub, certainly at these levels, than a bearish case. Whatever you do, of course, don't fight the trend, and may the trend be with you.